this from my phone. Never done it before. Don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I need your guidance. Coming in loud and clear. Awesome, man. Good to know. Thanks. Thanks for the feedback. Hopefully there is no feedback. Get it? So yeah, just basically testing this out just to see, I don't know, how many concurrent viewers I would normally get at this hour. I just got off work, so, you know, if I'm streaming in the future, then, great. Okay, cool. It works great. So yeah, if I'm streaming in the future, this would probably be around somewhat the time that I would be doing it. Like live Q&A sessions, chemistry lessons, doing those live, that kind of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll do them from my computer and use like the whiteboard. I still have I haven't used it in a while, but I have like one of those bamboo tablets with a little pen on it, so you can draw freehand really precisely. If you do any kind of live streaming or anything where you're trying to do things freehand, using a mouse is god awful. It's definitely worthwhile to pick yourself up one of those Wacom tablets. WACOM. Wacom. Good thing to have. One viewer. It's like I'm gonna have to, of course, make more chemistry content. I know I need to do that. I just simply can't. I'm so busy. But I also need to promote the channel more. Because, like, I want to do, live stream lessons, Q&As, that kind of thing, solve problems, all that kind of stuff. But it would be, it's like, why do that for so few people when you could do it for, spend the same amount of time doing it for a lot of people? So that's kind of what this stream is all about, is just testing to see, how many people would jump in. And it looks like in the first 3 minutes here, I've peaked out at 4 people. That's funny. Almost 62,000 subscribers, but 4 people at the most tuning in the stream. Yeah, I know, man. And I look. You said you can't wait to see them. I can't wait to make them, to be honest. And I really am kind of craving the opportunity to do that again. I've been more active on here, just tangentially, because I've been a little bit, like, work has been really slow. Like, I've been kind of sitting at my desk, not doing a whole lot. So I've had time to sort of like beef up my social media. Damn. Wow, the wind is really kicking up. Look at these traffic lights, dude. They're just swaying in the wind. Check it out. Freaking crazy. Anyway. So yeah, that's what's going on. Basically just asking all of my viewers who are still loyal to me for whatever reason, asking all of them to just be patient. The content is coming. Not right now, but it's coming. Doing everything I can. I mean, I'm working hard trying to finish up my house. But it's tough, man. I'm not going to lie. There's only so much that I can do before I'm pulled away from my project to go help out with something else, like with my daughter, who is almost 20 months old. So she's extremely curious, getting into everything. So and my house isn't like totally baby-proof either. It's kind of hard to baby-proof a house that's basically under construction. You have like tools, you have screws, you have nails, you have all this kind of stuff that's a hazard for toddlers and small children. The other day, I had my back turned for like 2 seconds, and I noticed she's like chewing on something. She's like, kind of playing with something in her mouth. like, what do you have there? I kind of like pry open her mouth a little bit. She's chewing on staples. Like somehow she found staples and it almost gave me a freaking heart attack. But yeah, it's not trying to complain, not trying to bitch. I mean, parenting is fun. It's awesome. It's not, I wouldn't say it's hard. People are like, oh, it's so hard. Being a parent, it's just so hard. It's one of the hardest things you'll have to do. Not really. No. Okay, family/real life responsibilities always take precedence. Thank you. Thank you so much for understanding that. You know, I got people in my Discord saying like things, and I don't think they're trying to be insulting, but they're saying things like, you know, I bet, you know, the only reason why people are watching your shower renovation content is because they're just bored out of their mind, or, you know, something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing, but, you know, I'm not sure if they meant that as an insult or not, but, you know, I told the guy, I'm like, listen, like, you know, that's kind of all that I have time for, you know, is just to like strap a GoPro on my head and film the things that I'm already doing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And I enjoy making those videos. They're really fun to make. They're easy to edit. It's fun to, you know, have some fun with the projects that I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish people would maybe try to consider spending some time in my shoes. Because educational content, at least the way that I make it, is very, 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 very time consuming. It's fun. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it just chews up so much time. And, you know, like, my daughter's only going to be a sweet, cuddly, I mean, she'll always be sweet and cuddly, I'll be honest, but she's only going to be at that little age where she's really just so cute, and I can just, you know, snuggle with her and cuddle with her, and it won't look creepy. And like, you know, I don't want to miss out on that. You know, I don't want to miss out on that. So I can't spend every waking hour that I'm not working or sleeping or eating making educational content. I really, really do place a lot of value on family time, family responsibility, because time is very, very precious. You never get time back. Money is good, money's great, but, you know, you can always recoup money if you lose money, but you can't do the same thing with time. You never get time back. But Happy Doodle PA says, hi, what's up? Happy Doodle PA. You know, I have to be careful when I read people's names, because some people I'm sure you're aware, like on Twitch and stuff like that, some people will have names that, you know, they don't, at a glance, they don't really look like there's anything wrong with them, but then when you read them out, you're actually saying something like really, really messed up or really offensive or really dirty. I think it's funny, but, you know, it's just something you have to be careful about. And of course, you know, when people are live streaming, usually playing a game or doing something else, so they're multitasking, so they're not really processing everything as they're reading it out loud. So, but I just have to keep reminding myself to be careful about that kind of thing. So, you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions for content to make in the future? You know, I did put out that poll, I think it was 5 months ago, I put out a poll under which there were 5 topics, and I asked my audience to vote on which of those 5 topics they would like to see discussed on this show. And I can't remember all 5 of them. I think one was like kinetics and equilibrium, one was acids and bases, one was intermolecular forces. Like, there were 5 topics, but the topic that received the most the most votes, with coming in at like 40%, which is a pretty good plurality, was chemical bonding. So things like VSEPR theory, valence bond theory, molecular orbital theory. So according to that poll, and I think there were like 100 and something people who voted in that poll, so roughly 40 something of them voted for bonding, chemical bonding, which is actually kind of, for me, it would be like picking up where I left off, because my last couple of videos, my last couple of educational videos, I was talking about resonance. And you know what? That's another thing that I want to talk to you guys about. Like those 2 videos, right? So I uploaded a 2-part video series on resonance. And, you know, in my experience as, you know, a student, as a private tutor, you know, and as a teacher, resonance, you know, drawing resonance forms and the whole concept of resonance and why we do it and all that kind of stuff, that is to me, like that, like in my experience, that's one of the most commonly misunderstood topics that I've ever seen in chemistry. So I thought it would be just ripe for content. Like, I would make a video on that, and people would watch it, people would like it, it would do really well. It would just click with people would comment on it and say, hey, thanks, I'm struggling with this, but now I no longer am. And I still do get those comments pretty much daily. But on those 2 videos, I didn't get nearly the viewership that I thought I would. And I don't know. I mean, I know I'm biased and everything because it's my content. But even with my content, still there's some videos that I watch that I'm like, ugh, I can't believe I uploaded that. But with those 2 videos, I honestly thought that I did a decent job on them, and I thought they would be well received. But I'd probably reach more people yelling out of my car window. So my question is, what is wrong with those videos? Like what am I missing? What am I doing that's not working, and what should I try to do differently? What should I change? Now, somebody posted on one of my recent videos where I was just kind of talking in my car about, the fact that, consistency is everything. You need to upload, once a week if you can, that kind of thing. And I think that's a pretty compelling answer to that question. Like, he's right. Like, consistency is super, super important, and it is possible that, if like my house projects were all done and everything, then I would probably be able to upload once a week and manage that. But right now I just can't. So I'm really looking forward to the time where I can do that. So somebody just sent me a message in the chat. What did it say? I'm doing nursing. What would you recommend, OChem or biochemistry? For nursing, definitely biochemistry. Definitely biochemistry. And that's coming from somebody who, I'm not going to say that I dislike biochemistry, but it's my least favorite of all of the chemistry subdisciplines. I don't like it as much as, physical chem, organic chem, inorganic chem, even analytical chem I prefer to biochem. But as a nurse, it seems to me like, I've never really done nursing or anything like that, but it seems to me like, when it comes to actually being in a hospital and, doing labs and all that kind of stuff, you're more likely to use your biochem content than you are organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is very bottom up. It's very, you're dealing with, basic organic molecules that have no medicinal value at all. Like acetone, like there's no way you're going to inject your patient with 30 cc's of acetone. Whereas in biochemistry, you might actually get some, some content that can actually serve you well. But personally, though, I would do organic over biochemistry any day, because that's just, I don't know, I just don't like biochemistry that much. It's just a lot of memorization. I don't really like memorization. I like to learn basic sort of principles that I apply to a variety of scenarios, so that I don't have to memorize everything. I just kind of know the principle, and then I can use it to solve problems. So that's my answer. Was that a good answer? I know I was kind of rambling there, but yeah, the short story is if you're going for nursing, biochemistry will probably be more applicable to your line of work. Good field. Oh yeah, you're very welcome, Irvin Andelo. Very, very welcome. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I really mean it. Like, I need your feedback. I have to get going soon. I've been at my destination for a few minutes now. I really, really need your feedback. I want to reach as many people as possible. I don't want to be a complete sellout and steer too far away from education, but from my analytics, from my data, I can clearly see, as clear can be, that just talking about lessons, just talking about facts, just talking about how to solve problems, isn't really cutting it. People are tuning out. People are not watching. So there has to be some sort of bait. There has to be some sort of flavor that makes things more exciting that I can use while still maintaining educational integrity, for lack of a better term, while still getting the point across, while still conveying the lessons. Because originally when I started my channel, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to it's going to just be chemistry, no bullshit, and I'll try to be the best at it. I'll try to be the best at explaining chemical concept, using analogies, being as articulate as I can be, and just talk about the facts, and people will really respond to that. And to some degree they have, but to another degree they haven't. So if you have any suggestions on what I could be doing as far as educational content goes, what I could be doing differently, what you've seen in my last few educational videos that could be improved upon, or what you haven't seen in my last few educational videos that are that's missing, or that would be a good idea to include in my future content. So all right, tag words, hashtags, your titles are great, your videos aren't too long. Oh, thanks, the cat, appreciate it, man. Yeah, I try to keep them. That's always the challenge with chemistry, because chemistry is such an accumulative subject. You're in order to understand concept C, you really need to have a good understanding of concepts A and B. That's kind of how chemistry works. And there's always sort of that dilemma that you face as a chemistry educator when making video content, where I can either break this up into smaller chunks and then people have to click multiple videos, or I could include like the whole idea in one video, but it would be very long. Which is better? I mean, there's an appropriate sort of happy medium where you're not making too many videos, but your videos also aren't too long. And I just have to navigate that and figure that out. Can people email you and ask for help on questions? I know that for statics, standard material, I love WNY Tutor. I just lost the chat message. It's much easier learning how to do a problem than seeing it worked out. Yeah, I think the best place, if you want to contact me directly, like just send me like a private DM or whatever, would be my Discord. If you go to my channel page, I just recently changed my channel art to include links to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. I haven't really done anything with the Instagram or the Facebook. The Twitter, I've had it for a long time, but I've never been very active, so I'm making more of an effort to be active on social media. But if you happen to my Discord, you can send me a DM on there, and if you want to do a video call, if maybe if other people have the same issue or want to understand the same topic, we could do a group video call. Maybe we could do a live stream. I mean, the possibilities are literally endless. It's I'm here for you guys. I want to do what you guys want to do, whatever's best, whatever's easiest for you. I can't guarantee that I'll be available at any specific time, being that I'm a dad and a husband of a pregnant lady. So, but I'll do what I can. I'll really and try. And it doesn't hurt to ask me if I'm available. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is I say no, I'm not available. In which case, you're in the same position that you're in right now. So there was another message in the chat that I missed it. Maybe make a few videos working out some problems. It might draw people in that are searching for help with that kind of problem. Yeah, definitely. I've done that before. The video that comes to mind of mine that I made was called A Complete Stoichiometry Problem. And it was basically like, you have a balanced chemical equation, and you have, this amount of reagent X and this amount of reagent Y. What is the theoretical yield that you can get? What is the percent yield if you end up with this many grams of product? Like all that stuff, like worked out from beginning to end. If you're interested in that, it's called A Complete Stoichiometry Problem. So, okay, yeah, working out more examples. I could definitely do that. I could definitely do that. Do you think it would be a good idea to have like a lesson and then examples of problems included on the same video? Or, damn, it is so windy out here. Or do you think it would be a good idea to like have a lesson, maybe with like no examples or with one or two examples, and then have like a follow-up video that's nothing but examples? What do you think? I really want to know what you guys think about that. Yes. It was a this or that question. So an answer of yes doesn't really help me. Okay. Both in one. Okay. See, and that's how I've been doing it, like for the most part. That's how I've been doing it for the most part. I go over the topic, I go over the basic content, and then I talk about, like I go through one or two examples. But, of course, the dilemma of that is the more examples I do along with the lesson, the longer the video is, and people tend to tune out when the videos get long. So, it's just, you know what I think it is? I think, I'm a scientist, so it's like, I think I like the idea of them separate too, maybe have a separate video with only examples. Okay, I mean, I can definitely try that. I'm willing to try anything. But what I was saying before I interrupted myself by reading that chat message was, I think that it's important to just, experiment. Like as a scientist, what do? You experiment, you try different stuff and see what works. So if I just try a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different techniques, a bunch of different styles, just a bunch of topics, like if I just try a bunch of things, then the best stuff will sort of rise to the top out of that. And and then I'll have data that I can work off of. Here we go. What's this? I like putting the lessons to work after you teach it. Okay, but what do you mean by after? Like after in a separate video, or after as in like in the same video but right after the lesson? What do you mean? Doing great already with lengths. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I try to keep them as concise as I can. Sometimes it's difficult though, because I'm a pretty wordy son of a bitch. I tend to ramble on about things that could be explained using much fewer words. So that's been a struggle of mine, not to ramble. So yeah. All right. Well, listen, I think I'm going to get going. Like I said, I've been at my destination for a while now. I got to pick up some food. The family is hungry, so I must feed them. All right. Love you guys. Feel free to hit me up on Discord. You can go to my channel page. There's a link for the Discord. If the next chance I get, I'll drop an invite link on the description of this live stream video, whatever. And yeah, you should hop in there. We don't really do much. I'm just kind of assembling the group and making the group, as big and involved as I can before I really, because I really don't know what it is yet. I don't know what it's going to be. But I think it's very exciting because, if the group gets bigger, if the group gets more engaged, we could do some cool things. We could have some multiple user video chat sessions where we all have group discussions on things, and maybe we can record them and upload them, and it would be really cool. So, but yeah, definitely trying to build some more community instead of just making content. Make content. My focus has been, as long as you make good content, people will come to it. Well, that's not true. That's just simply not true. That's false. Making good content is not enough. You also have to build community. You have to engage with the audience. You have to promote what you're doing. And I have failed in those three areas. I've also failed on making content too. I've had like these short, couple of month-long bursts of productivity followed by really, really long lapses where I'm not doing anything. So I'm going to try to get better. Sometimes life happens and, personal stuff happens and you're not very motivated to do anything, let alone make content. But that's another topic for another time. So, all right. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.